Alrighty, today we're going to be finding the product of a monomial times a trinomial, specifically, if we want to use some vocab words there. Alrighty, so product is a fancy word for multiplication. So all we're doing is we're essentially multiplying this to all of that. Okay, and how we know it's all of it is by those lovely parentheses that we all love so dearly. Alright, so we take our first little term here, and we're going to do what's called distribution. Now, distribution multiplies everything out equally, so it's going to multiply it to this term, it's going to multiply it to this one, it's going to multiply it to this one. You're going to see it multiplying to everything. Okay, when you multiply numbers with numbers, variables with variables, stuff that you think should be multiplying together does. Okay, so first off, start with your numbers. So we have negative 4 times negative 3, that is positive 12. Then we have k squared times k squared. Now, keep this in mind. K squared is a fancy word for k times k. So if you're multiplying k times k to another k times k, how many k's do you have in total? 4 of them. Okay, when you multiply variables, you add the exponents. Okay, you'll notice that here we have 1y, so there's just 1y there. Alright, now we move on to the next one. That's going to distribute to our next term here. So negative 4 times positive 12 is negative 48. Here we have 2k's. Here we have 1. So 2k's multiplied to 1k. How many total are there? 3 of them. Okay, we have 1y and 1y, which means you have 2 y's. Alright, and last but not least, bring it to our last term there. Negative 4 times positive 2 is negative 8. We have no k's on our second little term we're multiplying to, so it's just k squared, stays the same. And then we have 1y multiplied to 2y's, which is 3y's in total. Now, if you check for like terms, you'll notice that while they all have k's and they all have y's, they don't have any matching powers. And thus, you can't combine any of these terms together. It's as simplified as it's going to get. So your final answer is 12k to the fourth y minus 48k to the third y squared minus 8k squared y to the third. Now, how you necessarily, like, there is no set standard form that there is here. Okay. What I would recommend, if you wanted to try to be as exact as you could, like, what letter comes first in the alphabet? That's K versus Y. So then you would start with the highest power of K, which is to the fourth, and move descending. That's the closest thing you'll get standard form, but it's not exact if you don't want it to be. Alrighty. That is all there is for this video. Thank you for watching.